This morning for the devotional, I have read from Proverbs chapter 31, from verse 10 to 31, the Bible reading about the virtuous woman. This is such a rich and exciting piece of scripture. We could find ourselves reading it over and over all day and take so much from it. The points I raise are not in priority because I could go back this afternoon, or the reader could go back this afternoon or tonight and find so much more spiritual food for our mental and physical well-being. What great words to start the day. The virtuous woman, the worthy woman, the woman with grace, woman with dignity, woman who has so much to bring to life, and life has so much to bring to her. Whether a woman is single, whether a woman is married, whatever state we are as women, there's some key points I believe that we can meditate on, think upon, mutter to ourselves throughout the day, because much time as human beings we spend our time dwelling on things. So these are wonderful readings and explanations from the scripture to mutter on, think upon. One of the key readings in this chapter is how to treat our husbands or life partners, to comfort, encourage, and do them good and not evil. The thinking for me today is, in my speaking with my husband, am I saying things to encourage him? Am I saying things to him which are good? When I think about him, am I thinking about his well-being? The other part of this reading the Proverbs, the virtuous woman, I find very exciting and worthy to explore further, and it encourages me, is that God, from those thousands of years before, was thinking of women and has placed in many women the mind for business. Not just the mind for business, but the mind to be effective in business. Whether you're a marketer, whether you're a cashier, whether you work for a business, the mind of business is referenced as an inherent skill of women. And then in verse 20, it talks of women as as philanthropists, we give to the poor, we reach out, and we, from our profits, and not even profits, from what we have the ability to share, to give to those who have not. And then women, we're so multifaceted. It goes on to write and reference in that scripture that women, we rise while it is still night and give food to our household. From that, I don't gather that it's literal, while it can be literal. I think it also references to the fact that we're thinking about it. We're thinking ahead. We're thinking about our washing. We're thinking about taking our child to school. We're thinking about preparing the lunch boxes. We're thinking about taking the child to the school gate. We're thinking about preparing our child and encouraging our child to have a great day at school. Even we're saying have a great day as the child leaves us and begins to walk into the school gate or bunch up with their friends or walk slowly or whatever that child wants to do that day. We're thinking, have a great day. But what am I say? Well, we didn't say that. But I think for most of mothers and carers and grandmother, whoever we may be, we're saying it in our hearts. And I think it's really important in gathering our thoughts sometimes to, just because we have not said it doesn't mean that it's not in our hearts. And sometimes we just raise our hearts to God, and He knows in our hearts that we want that child to have a good day. We've prepared everything for them to have a good day. Or maybe we've not prepared as well and we just not being kind to ourselves. But our intentions are good. Our intentions as women, as mothers, as carers, is for our child to, or grandchild, or whatever the child may be, or foster child, is that a child will have a good day at school today. I'm wishing this child well. So she rises while it's still night and gives food to our household. We're preparing ourselves for the task, the day ahead, whatever those tasks may be. And the other part of this chapter of Proverbs about the virtuous woman that really is exciting and so amazing is verse 17. She equips herself with strength, spiritual, mental, and physical fitness for a God-given task. So God knows that in every woman there is a capacity to exercise, to move. Not necessarily in a designated gym, but just to move. Walk with our friends, our partners, our husband. Take a short walk with our dog. Stride around the block a few times. Walk around our property if we live on a property. But also this verse of the scripture really highlights to me the fact that God also knows within many women are the avid exercise queens, as I would reference. A woman who loves the gym, a woman who likes to work out. Whatever level of exercise that we do, we are described in Proverbs 31 verse 17. She equips herself with strength. Because if you're weightlifting, you have to equip yourself with some strength. It's not easy. And also when you do an exercise, it's also a mental task. It prepares us, the physical and the mental and the spiritual link. Because we often feel stronger after we've exercised. Maybe don't feel it, but something is taking place. The other piece of the scripture that I would like to reference is, as the days goes on, we're encouraged in verse 26 to think carefully about what we say to others, that we should be kind. He said she opens her mouth with skillful and godly wisdom. The teaching of kindness are on her tongue. So for me, today, I will think carefully about what I say to others and ensure that my words that I speak offer wisdom and counsel, and most of all, kindness. These are the few snippets I have from the Virtuous Mountain Woman channel today, from my devotional taken from the book of Proverbs 31, reading from verse 10 to 31. Thank you.